Good Saturday afternoon, silver stackers, silver tubers, all my friends out there in the precious metals community on YouTube. It's Mr. Zeke at the Silver Pouring Bench. Wanted to go over my pickups for the week. I completed some goals. I started with a $1 in the standing Liberty quarters, and I picked up $6.50 here in the standing Liberty. I didn't really look at them, so let's make sure yeah. And they're in good condition for what I've seen. I haven't checked them to see about, if any of them have dates or anything like that. I'm sure some of them will have dates. There's a 1925, I think. So some of them have dates, some of them don't. These are kind of hard to find with dates. I don't think they had a very deep strike. I mean, there's one pretty much worn smooth. But so if I take this $6.50 and I add it with the dollar I had, I now have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7.50 in the tube. And I throw that in with a trade I made with a fellow silver tuber, who at the moment shall remain anonymous. But we did a little trade, and so I'm going to open that package here behind the scenes because, wow, particular envelope looks like it's asbestos lined. I got this, and in this trade, I strategically planned on finishing the tube. So let's see what's inside this green bubble wrap here. It's sealed up pretty good. I'm going to try not to flay my hand in opening it behind the scenes. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. I had a great time chatting with everybody last night, Friday night. We'll probably do a chat tonight. We'll just have to wait and see. And inside the bubble wrap is a little bit more sealed material. So I showed something in a video that somebody wanted, and we worked a deal, and my end of the deal was $2.50 in the quarters, which means if I combine the $2.50 with the $7.50, my superb math skills says I should be, these are in really good condition. These are really good condition. Man, I'm going to put these on the top of the tube. So we've got 1, 2, did I miscount here? There's 1, 225. I miscounted when I was doing my math. There's a 1930. Look at the condition that's in. So I am actually one short of a full tube. Huh. Sounds vaguely familiar, doesn't it? So that was part of my pickups for the week. I picked up 2 tubes over here of pouring silver, Atmex and another Globe brand. I did thank you for all you who said it was OCD. When I finished my 2 tubes of $half, realized that I had all but 2 of an entire tube of Franklin's. So I picked up 2 Franklin's in Constitutional. So now I have a complete tube of Franklin's. Don't know the dates, don't care. They're just Franklin's. So there's Franklin's completed. Which leaves me these 2. Oh! Look at that. Did I mix a Kennedy in here? This is turning into a gaggle, isn't it? Well, I have a spare Franklin. So I have a whole tube of Franklins plus one. And that's okay because it'll go in here with a mixed tube. These will go in here with a mixed tube of Kennedys and Walkers. There's some Walkers in here. Not Walkers, rather Standing Liberties. There's some Standing Liberties mixed in with this. Is just a mixed tube, so now I'll have to bust this tube apart and take a Kennedy, ugly Kennedy out, put a Franklin in there. Now my OCD, I'll have to break this tube apart and figure out how many I need to complete a tube of each. But I also picked up some 1 ounce silver bars, and these are just for melt. I picked up this one. This is a very interesting one. It's incredibly toned. United States Silver Corp, 1976. 1 troy ounce, 999 fine silver, 200 anniversary. I'll probably put this one in a airtight and hold on to it for someone who's looking for a heavily toned vintage silver bar. I picked up 2 of these A-Mark Chunkies. It's amazing how small 1 ounce actually is when it's presented in this form. Not emotionally attached to the A-Marks, but they're kind of neat to play with. So, and these are, golly, I think we have a date somewhere on here. Oh, that's just the date that I think A-Mark was founded. So, but I know there are people out there that like to collect these. So I added those. I picked up some more melt loose silver, but I picked up these 3, and I didn't want to melt these just yet because I don't know that much about them. Southeast Refining Incorporated, 1 troy ounce, SCR 999 fine silver, PCFLA. They are larger in diameter and thinner than a standard round, so they don't fit in a tube. I was a little surprised by that. So, but there's got to be a backstory to these, as there is in oddly shaped and sized rounds. So, and lastly, I picked up just some more random coinage. An 1867 2 franc from Belgium. It's 835 silver. I picked it up principally because I really like the reverse on this particular coin. I love crowns on coins and lions on coins. 2 francs. It's in fair to middling condition, so not terrible. Worn a little smooth, but it is from 1867. I picked up a 1910 half crown from the UK. Worn a little smooth, but it'll look good in the book. And lastly, I picked up a 1934 half crown from New Zealand. And the back of this one's what grabbed my attention. Most often it's the reverse that grabs my attention. The obverse always has a monarch or some kind of leader on the front. And you know, it's cool to see that how they change, especially when it's the same. Like Queen Elizabeth, over the years they changed the portrait to reflect closer to what she looked like at the time, and that's kind of cool. So, anyway, that are my pickups for the week, and I am going to take this Constitutional, and I'm going to come right over here to my Tazzy box, and I'm going to set these right in here in the Tazzy box. And continue to stack constitutionally, because I firmly believe that if I'm going to stack poured and I'm going to stack some numismatic, I ought to be stacking constitutional as well, because that's pretty much what got me into this hobby in the first place, was the constitutional. So a little bit of something for everybody here this week. I appreciate everybody watching, and I might see you later this evening on a live chat. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe then somebody can give me some information on some of this stuff, like the A-Mark Chunkies or the refining Southeast Refining Rounds, or even this United States Silver Corp 1976 bar. So cheers everybody, Mr. Zeke from the Silver Pouring Bench.